You weren't born in a hospital. On a kitchen table in a Brooklyn basement, 1900. Your mother was a laundress, hands raw from lye. She washed rich people's clothes for pennies. Your father, a drunk, beat her every night. You hear screams through the walls. By the age of 5, you already know how to steal bread. You tuck a loaf under your shirt and run. The shopkeeper shouts, "The cop will kick you." You fall, get up, and keep running. Tears are a luxury. Instead of milk, you get tap water, yellow with flakes of rust floating in it. In 1907, your father dies. His liver turned to stone. No doctors came. You had no money. His body was taken away like trash. No one cried. Your mother crossed herself and returned to the laundry. Now, at 7, you are the man of the family. You polish shoes on the street for 10 cents a pair, if you're lucky. The Irish boys take your coins every day. They are older, stronger. There are 4 of them. Hand over the money. A punch in the stomach. You fall. They take your coins and laugh. You endure for weeks. The ringleader approaches with a smirk. "Again?" he taunts. You swing the brick at his head. He falls like a sack. Blood runs into the gutter. The others freeze. You stand firm, brick in hand. They run. First lesson: the one who strikes first eats. The one who hits harder lives. Days turn into weeks. You learn to survive on the streets. You dodge punches, endure kicks, and take what you need to live. Every day is a battle. Each alleyway, every street corner, a lesson in fear, power, and survival. At 12, you will be ready for the next step, but for now, these streets are your training ground. By 1912, at 12 years old, you are no longer a child. On the street, a man in an expensive suit notices you. Gold ring on his finger, cigar in his mouth. Johnny Torrio, leader of the F-Points gang, approaches. "Kid, want to live a normal life?" he asks, handing you $1, a whole dollar. There's a simple job. Go into a shop on Mod Street and take what you can. No words are needed. Night falls. You burst into the store, a small folding knife in hand. The old Jewish shopkeeper behind the counter is unafraid. He grabs a baseball bat. Crack! It hits your face. Pain burns like fire in your skull. You slash at him. The knife enters his stomach. He falls, gasping. You grab the cash, $22, and run into the night, blood on your face. Torrio watches you, smiling. You've got fire, kid. From this day, you have a name. Scarface. Chicago is waiting. 1919, Chicago. The city smells like smoke and ambition. Big Jim Colosimo runs the South Side. Brothels, gambling, protection. Torrio is his strategist. Quiet, surgical, patient. You start small, muscle, collections, enforcement, but Prohibition is coming, and Colosimo refuses to see it. "No liquor," he says. "Too risky." Torrio disagrees. So do you. A gold mine is about to open, and your boss doesn't want to dig. 1920, a necessary death prohibition begins. Alcohol becomes illegal. Demand triples overnight. Colosimo still refuses. Weeks later, he's shot in his own nightclub. No witnesses, no convictions, just a funeral. Torrio takes control, and you move up. 1920 to 1924, the expansion beer flows like water. Canadian whiskey crosses the border nightly. Speakeasies multiply by the thousands. You supervise routes, enforce payments, crush resistance. Violence becomes policy. A warehouse explodes, a rival disappears, a bar owner pays or bleeds. Money stacks fast, faster than anyone imagined. Chicago is turning into a machine, and you are learning how to run it. 1925, the transfer of power January. Torrio is ambushed outside his home. Bullets tear through him. He survives, barely. In the hospital, pale and tired, he looks at you. "I'm done." He retires to Italy. At 26 years old, you inherit Chicago. Not a neighborhood, A kingdom. 1925 to 1927. The King of Chicago. 10,000 speakeasies, gambling houses, brothels. $60 to $100 million a year. Armored cars escort you through the city. Bodyguards at every door. You move into the Metropole Hotel, then the Lexington. Reporters follow you everywhere. You smile for cameras. Hand out turkeys at Christmas. Open soup kitchens during the Depression. To the poor, you're a provider. To rivals, you're a storm. To the law, you're untouchable. 1929, St. Valentine's Day. February 14th. Men dressed as police enter a garage on North Clark Street. 7 members of Bugs Moran's gang line up against a brick wall. They think it's a routine raid. It isn't. Machine guns roar. The photos hit newspapers nationwide. America is horrified. Your name becomes legend. But something changes. The public isn't impressed anymore. They're afraid, and they want blood. 1930, Public Enemy Number 1. The federal government steps in. You're called Public Enemy Number 1. A new team is formed. Elliot Ness and the Untouchables. They raid breweries, smash shipments, chase your trucks. They can't prove murder, can't prove conspiracy, so they follow the money. 1931. The fall accountants become your greatest threat. Ledgers, bank records, unpaid taxes, you earned millions. You declared nothing, federal court. Flashbulbs explode as you arrive. You wear a custom suit, look calm, untouchable. Verdict, guilty, 11 years, $50,000 fine, assets seized. Your empire fractures overnight. Loyalty evaporates when the money stops. 1932 to 1934, Prison Atlanta first, then Alcatraz, cold concrete, steel bars, no special treatment. You try to bribe guards, they laugh. You're inmate 85, not Scarface, just another number, the disease syphilis. Ignored for years. Now it reaches your brain. Confusion, hallucinations, rage without direction. You forget conversations, forget names. Sometimes you think you're back in Brooklyn, a scared kid with nothing. 1939. Release. You're released early, not out of mercy, out of pity. Doctors say your mind is fading. You move to Florida. Palm trees, ocean breeze, silence. 1947. The end stroke. You collapse inside your mansion. No bodyguards, no empire, just a sick man in a quiet house. January 25th, 1947. You die at 48, buried without spectacle. The headlines are smaller this time. Reality. Check you generated around $100 million. Today, billions. You died with almost nothing, spent on bribes, luxury, lawyers, war. You weren't a revolutionary. You were a businessman of crime. And crime always collects. Myth versus reality. Myth. Gangsters rule forever. Reality. Power expires. Myth. Fear equals respect. Reality. Fear vanishes fast. Myth. Crime pays. Reality. It invoices later. You wanted to be king. You became a warning.